impressed with was the defense of De Leon and the fact that he's wanted to play, although he's a little nervous. See DeMarlo walking over toward the Red Sox dugout as Nate Tebbs punches the ball to the right side. A base hit, his first hit of the game. He's now 1 for 4. And you see DeMarlo Hale with Jim Rice. Jim Rice, one of really the greatest Red Sox players ever, and now the hitting coach for the Boston Red Sox. And he and DeMarlo Hale have become very good friends over the last few years in the Red Sox organization.
This gives you an idea how casual this game is. That the game is in action. There's runners on base, and DeMarlo Hale, there's no signs in a game like this. He's just going to stand there and try to get as much information from Jim Rice as he possibly can.
Might even hit him up for some batting practice baseballs as well.
I know the Red Sox players hit a lot of balls out into the onto Route 29 today. So there's a few balls floating around on the other side of the outfield fence.
Jim Rice, who is not in the Hall of Fame, hit 382 lifetime home runs. All those home runs came with the Boston Red Sox. Count is 1-1 to Darnell Stenson, lefty against lefty. Pitch from Hayden, pretty good breaking ball for a strike, so it's 1-2. When Terry Hayden and Chaz Turney and Jose Flores came up today, as we said, they weren't sure which team they were playing for, but their excitement was overwhelming that they got a chance to put the uniform on as Stenson loops out to the shortstop Johns, and that's the final out of the 7th inning. So the Thunder get a base runner. Nate Tebbs is stranded on first base. We've now completed 7 full as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Oh boy, CNA crew is losing it a little bit with Boomer's hat, just trying to shade out the sunshine that's going down here. We head to the top of the 8th. Thunder on CN8. Well, some of the festivities which were going on here at Waterfront Park prior to the start of this ball game, not only Nomar's retirement of his number, but also a home run hitting contest, Scotty, and that's always fun for the fans to watch.
It was fun, and it's interesting when you get in these contests as everybody tries to hit every ball out of the ballpark. Not as many of them go out as you would think.
No, we were surprised, actually. Chad Epperson hit 2 out, and Midgery Cummings hit 1 that was close to going out, and then hit this one that actually went over the wall. And there's Epperson's second shot, so he actually led the charge. The team of Chad Epperson and Jim Larritz with 2 home runs. Epperson hit both. The Thunder donated $2,000 to their favorite charity as Lou Merlone hit his only 1 out in his last round, his 3rd inning.
Well, Lou came through in the clutch because if he didn't hit a home run in that home run hitting contest, you know those Red Sox players would have been all over him.
Well, Jason Varitek taking his first hacks of the evening here at the top of the 8th, and he has the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Brian Rose in his 2nd inning of relief for Paxton Crawford, who went 6 strong innings, allowed 3 base hits. Varitek, who was originally taken by the Seattle Mariners and traded to the Red Sox last year. Count is 1-2. Spent most of last year, in fact all of last year until the end in AAA, and made the Red Sox out of spring training this year. And the Red Sox got rid of Bill Hasselman to make room for Jason Varitek.
Well, Jason Varitek, everybody in this area is well aware of the situation with J.D. Drew and Scott Boros. Well, Varitek was in that same type of a situation a few years ago, signed as a senior without a whole lot of bargaining power, and ended up missing almost an entire season with the Mariners, and it really put him behind. Just now catching up, his career is just now taking off the way everybody expected would happen a few years ago.
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed as Brian Rose brought him up the ladder, and Varitek could not catch up. Second strikeout for Rose, and it's the first out of this 8th inning.
The fastball that Brian Rose is going to throw up the ladder here. Varitek takes a big, aggressive swing, but you can see he's just behind the good fastball by Rose.
That brings Jose Flores to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. The only runs in this ball game came in the 1st inning on a 3-run home run by Chad Epperson. And the first pitch from Rose to Flores is fouled back, and the count is 0-1. There's Epperson behind the plate for the Thunder, and he has caught the whole game. Joe DiPastino, who was in the home run hitting contest, was nicked up a little bit this past week in Norwich and here at Waterfront Park, so they probably will give him the entire night off. 0-1 is swung on and missed. The count is 0-2. Well, with Scott Bradley and Mick Monninghoff, I'm Tom McCarthy. We are on CN8, the Thunder and the Red Sox. Also up in the New England area on NESN, the New England Sports Network. Glad to be with you tonight as Flores has his first base hit here at Waterfront Park. It's a single to right field. And he's aboard with one man down. Dave Joust, the first base coach. As we mentioned before, back in the second inning, Dave Joust is the former manager of the Harrisburg Senators, the AA affiliate of the Expos, and he's a guy who came over to the Red Sox because Dan Duquette actually had him in Montreal as one of his skippers.
Joust, as you mentioned, with that Harrisburg team, had a lot of success.
Sure did.
Turned a lot of players into the big leagues.
In fact, if you look at a lot of the players who were part of the Montreal Expos before they were dealt away, like Larry Walker and Cliff Floyd and guys of that nature, he actually was their manager at one point during their careers through the system. Johns lines it to right field, a base hit. Barnes takes it on one hop. Flores will stop at second. And the Red Sox have a rally going here in the top of the 8th inning. So with one out, runners on first and second. So Brian Rose rubs up the baseball. Nomar Garciaparra will be the hitter, and he is now the DH, taken out of the ball game and put into the DH role. Another one of those maneuverabilities.
Special rules allowed. In fact, there aren't really any rules in this game. I think both teams could pretty much do whatever they please, and just a great situation. You know, Nomar made a few throws from the field, but now they get him an extra at-bat.
Well, he has struck out twice already tonight, also grounded out to second base. So he's 0 for 3. There's his routine with the batting gloves, touching the helmet. He'll knock the spikes down a couple of times with his toes in the batter's box. Become a very noteworthy routine for him. Bounces onto the ground towards shortstop. Could be two. DeLeon to second for one. Back over to first. A 6-4-3 double play. And the Red Sox are retired here in the 8th inning. And that is the final time the Thunder fans will get a chance to see Nomar Garciaparra tonight here at Waterfront Park, unless he gets up again in the 9th inning as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Your score, the Thunder 3 and the Red Sox nothing. We'll be back. You're watching the Thunder on CN8. Well, there you see Nomar Garciaparra, who had his final at-bat here at Waterfront Park, and it's a double play groundout, Scotty.
It sure is, but if you have to go 0 for 4, you do it in an exhibition game, no big deal. But I think that Nomar had himself a good day, and he made some good, tough throws. He's ready to go.
There you see John Barnes, who's getting ready to step up to the plate for the Thunder. He has been a very good story for the Thunder this year, and tell you what, Red Sox fans, look out for this guy. His power is starting to come on.
John Barnes, during that tough offensive streak that the Thunder had, carried the team. You can see here he's got home run power, can hit the ball in the gaps. I tell you, he's a good-looking player. Dave Gallagher really likes him. He's been spending a lot of time with him. Thinks he has a chance to be a solid outfielder at the major league level. You can see the streaks that he's gone on this year. A 12-game hitting streak, 5 for 5 against Akron. I tell you, he is, like some of these other Thunder players, he's considered a prospect by the organization.
And has hit in 9 of his last 11 ball games, and he will get a chance to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Thunder leading at 3-0. And he will do so against right-hander Jared Fernandez. And the first pitch is a knuckleball bounce foul, and the count is 0-1. Red Sox fans, if you thought you saw enough of Tim Wakefield's knuckleball, well, Jared Fernandez is all knuckleball. He's been a solid contributor for the Thunder and the Pawtucket Paw Sox over the last 3 years. One of the nicest guys you are ever going to come across.
He is, and not unusual now for Varitek, who's catching now, or Hatterberg. They're quite used to handling the knuckleball with Wakefield.
Like Wakefield, Jared brings his own catcher's glove, and Johns takes the real nasty hop and throws out Barnes on that play. Not a nasty hop, but it took really a backward hop over toward the second base bag at the last moment. He made a nice play for the first out.
It's a real nice play by Barnes. Or you can see Barnes hit it right here, and Johns, watch this last little hop. He's got a terrific arm. He's got good feet. Gets his feet underneath him and makes a good, strong throw and just nips Barnes at base. Look at that last little hop. Hit the edge of the grass and kind of carry him off to John's left, and he really adjusted and made a fine play.
Well, brings Chad Epperson to the plate, and Epperson bounces one towards second. Lou Merlone waits for the hop, and he throws out Chad. 4-3 goes the put out. Well, Chad's night could be done offensively, but he is the only